Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm going to jump right into it. Today's message is called, or speech is called, Keep the Lid On. Keep the lid on. This derived, actually Sunday, I had an opportunity to speak in front of teenagers at my church. And I had to speak about why it is not okay to have sex before marriage. And when I was asked by leadership to do this, I was appalled, but I've done it before marriage. But I'm clean now, right? Ever since I've been engaged, a lot of you ask me, what is this ring? It's a purity ring. Ever since I dedicated that to my new girlfriend, fiance, soon to be wife in July, we kept it, we kept it clean. So I'm like, okay, we can do this, I can do this. I wanted to give them 3 examples of where I went wrong as a child, teenager, even in college years, of doing the nasty before marriage. I'm gonna need some crowd participation today, just 2. I would like Diane to come up. I would like Joseph to come up.
Joseph looked a little nervous.
All right, so the first example I did was called the pick and roll. In order to determine who I was attracted to, I would make my pick and roll with it. Familiar basketball term, right? At the beginning of a basketball game, you have a tip-off. I have control of my decisions, my thoughts. That is the first step with the pick and roll, your actual thought. This is the perfect position, but I want you to flip. Diane's on my team, right? Because I want to, I have an attraction with Diane, so I want to score, make a basket with her, if that makes sense. So Diane, stand right there, and Joseph, you're just gonna play defense.
Okay.
So just defend Diane, not allow her to get the ball.
Okay.
So I'm trying to pass the ball to Diane, but Joseph's playing great defense. That means she's covered. She must have a boyfriend, right? Now let's say, for example, Diane comes here, Joseph is defending me. This is where the pick and roll goes into play. I'm eyeing Diane. I said, Diane, set a screen up for him so I can pass you the ball to score. She's gonna stand just like she is. I'm gonna come to the right. He's gonna follow me. Joseph is gonna follow me. And no, oh, not yet. So he's gonna slightly bump into Diane. Diane's gonna roll to the basket. I'm gonna pass it, score. Yeah! Thank you, guys. This demonstration may be a little complicated if you've never seen basketball, so I'll explain it to you in layman's terms. When your thoughts take over, that's how you make your pick. Your action is actually rolling in us. Let me start over. Your thoughts is when you take your pick. Your action is actually putting into play the roll, the actual score for the basket. I wanted to make it relatable to them because they're kids and they all like sports. Mostly boys in this group, ages 12 through 18. So teenagers, they're excited, they're ready to get action done, right? Then there's another example where I messed up. As a kid, I like doing that before marriage, right? So I like to decide how many people I would do it with. I'm being very transparent. So when you have sex before marriage, it's typically called a soul tie, right? Because you're becoming one with another person. So I'm gonna use an example from DMX back in the day. He had this song called What They Want. I am going to imagine myself as DMX. He had a list of names in this song. Some of you may be familiar with it. And it goes like this. And I'm just gonna say I'm this person, right, that has these women. There was Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia, Michelle, Inez, Brenda, Alicia. About 3 Kims.
Yeah.
Let's just imagine they're staying on. And we'll keep it right there, right? All these ties that he had was the same ties I had with relationships or intercourse that I had with these women in the past, right? And as you can see, it slowly starts to fall off when my relationship got better with God, because it could be one day I come into work just angry, and that could be from somebody I had a relationship with or intercourse with. Oh, Joseph, I don't want to talk to you right now. What's wrong with Sir? He's usually a happy-go-lucky person. But I knew in order for these stickies, these ties to fall off, that I had to somehow keep the lid on. Because typically when the lid's off, it quenches our thirst. We have a desire for it. But as soon as our thirst is quenched, and we have sex before marriage, it somehow gets polluted. In other words, when you have that thought, slow down and think about it before you put it into action. Best way to do it, keep the lid on. Thank you, Toastmasters.